Greetings, all you Jacks and Jennets, and welcome to your daily dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you the Donk Nation Power Index and Power Rankings. That, of course, means Lashkers and Gingy turned in their homework, not multiple for each. And let's just go ahead and get started with the Power Index. We'll start at 32. We'll go up to 21 really quick, really easy, as these are the teams who don't seem to be making much noise. And as of right now, if they have a playoff hope, it's on super life support. So at the bottom, you got the Houston Texans. Just when you thought Davis Mills was bad, enter Kyle Allen, and maybe you'll change your mind a little bit. At Chicago's, you have no Justin Fields playing this week was a big problem for the Bears. Go up there next, we got the Rams. Bryce Perkins gets his first start of his career. Undrafted rookie quarterback, doesn't look very good. Arizona, Kyler Murray starts to blame Cliff Kingsbury because the scheme's not good enough. Do we have trouble in paradise down there in Arizona with the rich coach and the rich quarterback? Denver, Russell Wilson cannot score 20 points. Boy, oh boy, leading the worst offense in the league. Sorry for you Denver fans. Carolina, some good news. Sam Darnold comes in. He gets you a win. Maybe out of all the quarterbacks, we should stick with him. Green Bay, the offense finally shows up, scores 30 points, but they lose because the defense is nowhere to be found. And Aaron Rodgers gets hurt. Oof, tough time in Green Bay. Next, we got New Orleans, and all I have to say is the Red Rocket wasn't even a Red Rider out there posting 0 points on Sunday. Pittsburgh Steelers, probably Kenny Pickett's best start as a quarterback so far, and Mike Tomlin's now 19-3, I believe, on Monday Night Football. I guess they should play some more games in prime time. We get up to the Detroit Lions. The offense is good. St. Brown is legit. Defense just can't stop anybody. Next, we got the Cleveland Browns. They were able to shut out Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter in overtime, and that gets them a big win and a nice send-off for Jacoby Brissett if it is, in fact, his last start as a starter there in Cleveland. And then rounding out, we have the Vegas Raiders. Jacobs with a walk-off 86-yard overtime touchdown run. Lot of potential putting up 40 points against Seattle. Defense really didn't do much, but is this the team that we were promised at the start of the year? Next, let's go 20-11. We'll start off with the Indianapolis Colts. All I have to say is a high school coach definitely looked like a high school coach. Atlanta, the offense failed to show up this week despite averaging 5 yards a carry from the running backs. Hopefully the Steelers can continue that trend for them next week. Then you got the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a young core. Trevor Lawrence might have had his best game as a pro, something to build on. And Jaguars got themselves a big win this week over Baltimore. We got the Chargers right above them. You score that late TD, you have a chance to tie with the extra point. Nah. Go for 2. Go for the win. I like that way to play in. Play for the win. It gets them a win here. As a matter of fact, there was 2 of those this week. The other one was the team right below them, the Jaguars. Late touchdown, play for the win, get the win. Tampa Bay, the offense looks bad and the defense is hurt. Right now, that team is spinning out of control. But the NFC South is terrible, so perhaps they'll win the division. Above them, we have Seattle. The offense is still scoring points, but the team's defense is starting to show real big weakness out there. Above them is Washington. What can you say? Tyler Heineke wins. Coming in at 12, we have New England. Mac Jones has his best day as a pro, but that's in a loss to Minnesota on the Turkey Day. And then at 11, we have the New York Giants. They don't look so good when they play winning teams. That's all there needs to be said there. Now, let's start number 11 is, in fact, the Tennessee Titans. That was 12 for the Giants. Derrick Henry gets shut down to 2.2 yards a carry by Cincinnati. That means no offense for Tennessee in their loss. Now let's get into the top 10. We have the New York Jets coming in at 10. Mike White makes all the easy throws, does the things that, let's just say their other quarterback, Zach Wilson, couldn't, and they get a win, and a big win at that. Baltimore's in at 9. Gingy said it but wouldn't predict it. He said this was a trap game for him, and Jacksonville certainly turned out to be a trap game for him. Cincinnati comes in at 8. No Mixon. No Chase. No problem. Burrow gets the job done in the win. San Francisco comes in at 7. Defense is good. Can the offense match it? Because if so, Super Bowl aspirations are real there. Minnesota comes in at 6. They're able to counter all the punches New England has. And in a primetime game, albeit on a fake game, because Thursday football's fake football, y'all know that. Turkey Day football, though, very entertaining. Minnesota gets a win. We get up to number 6. Number 5. This is the second quarterback on the chart that all he does is win, win, win. Much like Heineke, Tua just gets the job done. Another 30-point game for the Dolphins. Big D comes in at number 4. The Dallas Cowboys, you're talking a second half, great game. Covers the fact that Dak had a few turnovers. It could have been the turkey on Turkey Day, but they get the win there. Kansas City comes in at number 3. They handled the game against the Rams, which is quite possibly the worst defending Super Bowl champ you'll ever see. Number 2, you got the Buffalo Bills. They did enough to win their game on Turkey Day, and sometimes that's all you need to do, getting that win against Detroit. Then we got the Philadelphia Eagles coming in at number 1. The defense struggles, giving up 33 points, but the offense is like, don't worry, we got you. They put up 40. It's hard to vote against Philly right now with the way that team wins football games. It doesn't matter if it's ugly. It doesn't matter if it's beautiful. The fact is, they only have one loss, and you got to like that. So when you go through the power rankings, that means the biggest movers this week were your Green Bay Packers dropping 5 spots, and your Pittsburgh Steelers and Las Vegas Raiders going up 6 spots with their big wins this week. So, as you know here, we got to talk about Gingy, Lasker's power rankings. We'll start with Lasker's this week. From bottom to top, we got the Tennessee Titans, Baltimore Ravens, San Francisco 49ers, Cincinnati Bengals, Dallas Cowboys coming in at 6. That leaves the top 5 of the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, KC at 3, Minnesota at 2, and number 1, your Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go over to Gingy real quick from the bottom. We got Baltimore at 10, Cincy at 9, Jets at 8, Niners at 6, and Niners at 7, and the Buffalo Bills at 6. I might have misread that, but you can figure it out after words from 10 to 6 because my reading skills have left me today. That puts Miami at 5, Dallas at 4, Minnesota at 3. Only one to not have Philly at 1 has Philly at 2, and Kansas City at number 1. So that means there's all sorts of fun stuff going around with the cumulative rankings. As you remember, the power rankings, the power index was the Jets, Baltimore, Cincy, San Francisco, Minnesota, Miami, Dallas, Kansas City, Buffalo, Philly. That's 10-1. And then that gives us power rankings for Donk Nation that has Tennessee just missing it at 10. Newcomer New York Jets coming in at number 10. Baltimore falling down 2 spots to take number 9. Cincinnati coming from unranked to get to 8. San Francisco moving up 2 spots to get to 7. And then a very similar top 6 to last week with Miami coming in at 6. Dallas coming in at 5. Buffalo at 4. Minnesota at 3. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, Philadelphia Eagles. Kind of nice to see some solidarity at the top of the power rankings here for Donk Nation. Teams that dropped out this week included Tennessee, who was number 8 last week, and the New York Giants, who came in at number 10 last week. Thank you all for tuning in to the Power Rankings Power Index Show. I really appreciate it. Donk Nation, Steeler Nation, it's time to let you know I am the Viking Donkey, Viking_Donkey on Twitch and Twitter. Your daily dose of donkey with Ginger is the YouTube channel. If you didn't catch the bug cap, be sure to check it out. Bugga did a really good job of saying more than one word answers this week. I'd love to see it. And get prepared for this weekend's Steeler Talk. Got a big game coming up against the Atlanta Falcons. Lots of good stuff to talk about after the Steelers win this week. But Donk Nation, Steeler Nation, it's that time. Wave them if you got them. Here we go.